Recently, I've had so many questions about my hair. I've showed you the product that I use, which is this, the Sam McKnight Dress to Kill Define and Defrizz Cream. And now we are going to talk about how I style it. I have that hair that isn't curly and isn't straight. It's wavy but frizzy. So if you have this kind of hair, you'll immediately identify. Often it can be a beautiful kind of spiral curl underneath your hair, but then the top layer, particularly here, is straight and frizzy. The first step is to make sure that your hair is really, really clean. Over the years, I've tried all of the curl shampoos. Those actually are almost the worst for me. Defrizz works quite well. The shampoo that I go back to time and time again is Olaplex. It's very easy to find and it works really well on my hair, although it's a little bit pricey. So I shampoo my hair twice and then condition just the lengths of the hair. While I'm in the shower washing my hair, I will just run the conditioner through like this, but I don't brush my hair. Then when I come out, my hair is obviously really clean. And at that point, put your hair into the position that you want it to be. You want the hair to be really damp when you do this. I'm going to move this out of my eyes just so I can see you. Now you want the hair to be pretty damp. I have absolutely no product in my hair right now. I haven't got heat protectant in it, I have nothing in it. I'm not going to use heat on it. You might also think, if you have frizzy hair, that what you need to do is put loads of serums through it, like anti-frizz serums, and you might also think that you want to put some kind of mousse or styling product through it to hold. Well, the problem for my hair is when I put those products through, the hair becomes quite overloaded with product and it's too heavy to hold anything. So it just goes straight. So I have found that no product at this stage is the best. So I'm very gently pushing it up until I have like a nice level of wave or curl there. You can see the difference on this side to this side. We'll talk about the cut in a minute because that makes a big difference. Now this is a little bit dry here, so I'm just going to dampen that. You can see I have my trusty garden sprayer. Only the best professional tools here. So we just make sure that's nice and damp. I actually washed my hair at home and then ran over to my studio, which is just down the road, but it's quite warm today and it's sort of dried out a bit. Ideally, you do this straight from the shower. What I absolutely never do is towel dry my hair. You know, like this, you know, when you dry it off, I put a towel around my shoulders and I just let it drip, okay? Because you don't want to cause too much friction, especially not on these top bits. Then I move to the fringe and I just encourage a little bit of movement and wave in there. It's going to do whatever it wants to do, the fringe anyway. Once you've finished manipulating the hair, it should take about, I don't know, 3 minutes to do that. Just leave it to dry off for a bit and don't touch it again. Now, I'm going to talk through my cut because this makes a big difference, because you can see that my top layers, let me very carefully fiddle with it, you can see my top layers are very short. They're really short up here. And what this does is it releases a lot of the underneath, which is much more curly, to be on display. So my hair looks much more curly because we've taken a lot of the top layer of frizz away. If you want a haircut like this, you should go to a really experienced hairstylist. I always find it helpful for me to go to somebody that has naturally curly hair, someone that understands the amount of hair that they're going to need to strip out in order to see the hair underneath, because this isn't a case of going to get a Rachel cut or getting it lightly layered. This is a lot of hair removed. Also, it is much easier for a hairdresser to copy a picture than it is for you to describe it, so make sure you're taking a picture of what you want. This haircut is often called a shag or a wolf cut, so if you Google those, then lots of images should come up. And also, if you say those words, then most hairdressers would know what that is. Now I'm going to put the product in. So this is the Dress to Kill Hair by Sam McKnight Define and Defrizz Cream. Soft, reworkable cream to control and define, defluff, defrizz and tame flyaways for all hair lengths. It doesn't really have any hold in it, okay? So what this does is just make your hair piecey. Do you know what it means? So it's not frizzy anymore, it's much more piecey. So what I do is I take a bit of the cream, I've taken my jewellery off, so around about this amount, and then I just rub it through my hands completely so that there's no big kind of lumps of product. I just push this through the hair. Now you can see I'm just gripping this top section here. And then the other side. And what you will notice is I'm not running it through the lengths, I'm pushing it. The majority of the products will go on the ends, apart from up here. Then with what's left on my hands, I'll push that through the fringe. Now sometimes with these top bits, particularly these back bits here, I'll just twist those together. Just making sure that a little bit of that product gets on the lengths of those bits. Then I'm just going to leave that to dry. Just coming back in as it dries, take your hand underneath and just encourage the wave and push it into the head. You're not gripping it, all you're doing is encouraging the wave. You don't want to do anything that encourages frizz or friction at this point. So just giving it a lift and pushing it in. So at this point you can start to place the fringe where you want it to dry. Now my fringe wants to dry in 2 round bits like that, so it just leaves a big circle in the centre at this point. I'll just twist that round so that it's drying outwards. Throughout this process I've made sure that all the hair is falling forwards. Can you see that? Everything is coming forwards, just because it's a nicer, cooler shape. Then we're going to leave it again. Right, that's it. The hair is almost dry now. I have to go and meet my mum, so I'm gonna... Look, I just stabbed my finger. I was just looking for a product for my mum and there was a pair of scissors in the bag. Anyway, I will do a little film while I'm out and about so you can see when it's completely dry, but it is almost there. You can see the underneath. Oh, that is my mum messaging me, that it's a little bit more curly and it's holding this shape much nicer. Do not shake it until it's completely dry. You've probably seen that I do that a lot, but that's only when it's dry. Now, I'm going to put the link to the product in my stories. One other thing to say is, what do you do tomorrow? Because what's going to happen is overnight you're going to sleep on it, you're going to wake up, it's going to be flat again. So you need to get yourself a water spray and you dampen it down again. You don't need to put more product in. Just dampen it down and you start all over again. It's really, really easy because you can just, as soon as it's not dripping wet, you can just go about and do your breakfast, all of those things, go off to work with it a bit damp. It's just going to dry itself. Dampen it to saturated, don't brush it through, start again. Okay, and that's it from me today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And if you've got any questions about this, anything that I've missed that you feel like, oh, she's missed a step, I need to know this, then please leave a comment under this. And product in the stories or in the little link on my homepage that says shop. And I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I feel like even shorter.